Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the GovAI Coalition AI Policy Manual. There's a lot of information within this policy manual, but as I'll probably say throughout this video, this is all a template and it's not set in stone. This information can be interchanged, can be tweaked, however you might need it for your agency, but we're going to focus on a couple key aspects of really where you'll want to dive in and just take a look to make sure whatever you're going to use this policy manual for will be applicable to your agency, and you can go ahead and make that customization as needed. So first and foremost, up at the very top, cover page, there's a couple sections in here where you're going to want to go ahead and make some edits to your agency name, that digital privacy officer or your CIO, CTO, CDO, whoever really fits in for that role to oversee this policy manual and any guidance that comes within it. So that'll be that first aspect that you'll want to go ahead and modify. As we scroll down in here into this purpose section, this is again taking from some of the policy, some of that language. So if you've already modified information from that policy, you want to make sure some of that is reflected within here. But if you'll notice, there's also some information underneath this domain-specific guidelines. Make sure that you double check these bullet points and just ensure that whatever you've maybe modified in some of the other templates, again, makes its way over to here. As this suggests, if there's any Gen AI guidelines or if there's any other tool guidelines for meetings that you'd like to add to this, ensure that that's up here in that purpose section. But as we're scrolling through our table of contents, a couple of the areas that we're really going to focus on for today is going to be this first section, artificial intelligence in the agency. We're going to take a look at AI governance briefly, but we're going to focus on AI review and this protocol for a request for proposals. Those are really going to be the main two components we'll take a look at. So scrolling down to this first section, again, there's going to be some highlights and some blockers where you might want to go ahead and enter in your agency name. There's also ways that you can kind of tweak some of this language as well throughout this first section. And again, if this isn't really fitting with your AI strategy, feel free to remove it, feel free to tweak it, whatever works best for your agency. Same goes for AI governance. There's a lot of areas within here where there's brackets or blockers where you might want to come in and modify the language so it shows, again, your chief information officer, your chief data officer, chief technology officer, whomever that might be that has the authority to really uphold all of these policies and again, this policy manual. So making sure that we go in and make those edits, make that customization as needed. This AI review, this is again a suggested protocol or a way to review AI. We're really looking at both how the business views the AI as well as how the AI is reviewed just standalone. So what we mean by that is, how is the business going to be using AI, or how is the agency going to implement AI into its current functions, its current services, and what risks are associated with that. Then looking at fundamentally the AI itself, what risks are associated with it, what components go into that AI that might need to be reviewed. So as we scroll through this, there's going to be a couple sections in here where you might want to modify. So again, where AI is reviewed or review is optional, we've left a couple key points that you can use as a template, but if there's other considerations that need to be added in here, this would be one area. As we scroll down a little bit further, again, as I'm kind of scrolling through this, you'll probably notice that there are some blockers or brackets where you can enter an agency name. But looking at this box here that says low risk AI systems, medium risk AI systems, and then high risk AI systems. Each one of these, again, are just templates. These are suggestions. These are things that the GovAI Coalition have worked through. Again, a lot of members have contributed to this and collaborated on this, but if there's something that maybe doesn't quite fit with your agency or you'd like to add, this would be the section to really do that, and trying to understand, what does a low risk AI system look like for your agency? What are those characteristics and what are those examples? Again, through the low, medium, and high risk for AI systems. And then as we're scrolling down towards the bottom, we're getting into the protocol for a request for proposals. This might be an area where your procurement team already has a process. So instead of reinventing the wheel, maybe adding a couple key components of this might be helpful. But if you don't currently have a protocol for RFPs, and especially as it pertains to AI, this might be a very helpful section. So first and foremost, again, we're seeing a lot of these blockers or brackets where you can come in and enter in your agency name. But down through here, you'll see a bunch of these different sections. These are all different questions, and they're by topic area to have your procurement specialist ask the vendor. This goes a little bit beyond that AI fact sheet that you may have already looked at and reviewed as a template, but these are specific pointed questions to the AI system over a variety of different topic areas. How this can then be used is by getting all these answers back, looking at these topic areas. There's a scoring model that you can go again through each one of those topic areas, and depending on how that vendor answered the questions and how well you feel as a procurement person they answered that question, you can go ahead and rate and score it in each one of these areas. And that might help you to, again, if you don't have a procurement process for AI, help you understand a safer, much more effective way of judging an AI tool or system, and then being able to bring it into your agency. So then down at the very bottom, we're going to look at use cases. And again, this is another section where if you don't already have some use cases picked out, we've created just a couple. Just a template, it's just some light guidance. It's not, these are set in stone, but this might be a good area to go ahead and think about what other uses exist. For example, we've chosen a translation-based AI system use case, and we've also looked at one on how ADA compliance and accessibility considerations can be brought into an AI environment. So again, just a high-level overview here of that policy manual. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to us here at the GovAI Coalition. We're more than happy to help, more than happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you again.